I'd like to welcome everybody to our Monday, July 27th, 2026 Cascade City Council meeting. We'll have a call to order with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Raker,
Here.
Weber,
Here.
Hush,
Here.
Gale,
Here.
Delaney.
Here. I need a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Motion by Hush,
Second.
second by Delaney. All in favor?
Aye.
At this point, we'll have public comment. There's a limit of 3 minutes per person on agenda items and local government issues.
I guess that's my sign to come up and talk. Good evening, Mayor Napper, City Council members, and City Administrator McCusker. My name is Alice Rogers. I live in the Oak Hill Development and admin the Cascade Concerned Citizens Group. As I've stated previously, we are a group of residents looking for clear communication, community input, and transparency. I know Mr. McDermott and the CEDC keep stating they don't know, so there is no reason to communicate or meet at this time. This is exactly the time to meet. We appreciate seeing an agenda item approving an establishment of a committee to help define ordinances and protections. That is the first step needed to make sure Cascade's best interests stay at the forefront of any proposed bill regarding Bitcoin, AI data mining, or whatever the newest term of the minute is. Last Thursday, my husband Michael and I attended the Planning and Zoning Commission regarding updating the city's ordinances prior to the expiration of our 12-month moratorium. It was concerning as we spoke that the Zoning Commission had little knowledge of this proposed bill and had not been involved in any discussion with the CEDC or Simple Mining. I am presenting each member tonight with the same letter we presented at zoning with the recommended protections. There are recommendations that cover mandatory distance from housing developments, decibel and setback limits, resource infrastructure caps, from conditional use permits to emergency response considerations. I'm sure there are issues that I've overlooked and that need to be covered, but this is a start. Along with that letter, I'm also formally inviting each of you to join us tomorrow night, Tuesday, July 28th at 6:30 in the Cascade Library Community Room. This is an open door meeting. Everyone is invited, welcomed, and encouraged to attend. The purpose for tomorrow's meeting is to start putting concerns and questions to paper, along with any studies or research those in our community have. We are referring to this meeting as a working meeting, but there are a few members in our community with knowledge and experience that may take time to speak. I hope to see many of you there. Thank you for your time and leadership.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is John Noonan. I live on 1211 Fifth Avenue Southeast. This afternoon I was looking at the city's website and I read under the zoning, Cascade has a zoning board. And the Planning and Zoning Board is a 7-member advisory board appointed by the City Council, advises the Council on land use and development matters. It reviews and makes recommendations to City Council, and on it goes. So, that being said, you have a zoning board, you have people serving on it. So later, as I read a little farther in today's agenda, you have item 70-26, resolution of establishing an advisory committee to prepare a data center ordinance. My question is this advisory committee, which is a good idea, because I'm sure a lot of people in this room, including myself, know very little about data centers. Is this an advisory committee to the zoning board? Is that the purpose? To be advisory committee of the zoning board? Because you've already got a committee established since 1978 to deal with all those things, and I don't necessarily want to spend more than 3 minutes here. So the question is, instead of layering on more people, wouldn't it make sense for this group that you're going to get of volunteers, and hopefully you do, to work with the zoning board? And then they present the zoning ordinance that they propose, that they put together, and bring it to you folks?
What we're planning to do is have an advisory committee of different people that bring expertise, and we are planning to have a couple people at least from the zoning board on that
Well,
committee.
the zoning board has been charged with this, right? They come up with the recommendations to give it to you folks. You either give it a thumbs up or your thumbs down and come back and do some more stuff. So isn't this where it belongs, as opposed to Monday night every couple of weeks?
John, I tend to agree. I think it's not only a zoning board, but it's a planning and zoning.
Okay,
So I agree with
planning
you.
zoning board,
I agree with you, and that was one of the things I found kind of different with kind of an ad hoc group of people. I guess what I would like to see would be to utilize the present zoning board, and then
If you'd like to
also-
utilize the zoning board, how come they haven't, if evidently from what Alice says, they haven't been notified until recently?
John, I'd like to see them also use the other people that are, the Concerned Citizens Group and any other groups that would be part of that, part of those meetings as an invited to participate in those as well. So I agree with you to use the
So your
planning
ad hoc-
and zoning board.
So your ad hoc committee, the concerned citizens people can bring their concerns, and then from that, the zoning board can develop an ordinance.
That's correct. That's what.
Is that how you
Is
see
what-
this playing out?
Is what we're trying to do here is get a little bit from everything and meet with Adam,
Right.
SIPCO, and Macokota Valley.
Right.
So we could get the facts out there to the concerned citizens, so everybody can, because like I said, we don't know everything, we don't know much, but they all do. So if we can get, in planning and zoning,
So
that's a very good
yeah,
idea.
Planning and zoning are the people that should develop the
Right,
ordinance.
but what is
And you're right
happening-
about bringing the people in for REC or whoever the electrical suppliers and water suppliers are, which would be municipal.
But what is happening, we are getting blamed for everything. Well, I want to get out there that Adam, SIPCO, and Macokota Valley are the people that know the answers. We don't. And nobody believes us, but that's the way it is.
Yeah, the fact that people don't believe you when you tell them is an unfortunate thing. But anyway, I hope to see this in the, where it should be, at your Board of Zoning, and what did you call it, Bill? The zoning, Planning and Zoning Commission. And, allow you guys to continue on with other things like that you've got to do, which you are doing. And, right, the input needs to go where you've already have established a zoning board, zoning and planning board, I'm sorry. So, we'll see. Thank you for your time.
Thanks,
And
John.
Thank you for your service.
Anybody else? If none, we'll go to consent agenda. City Council minutes, Cascade Economic Development Corporation minutes of 6/17/26, Jones County Economic Development Board meeting minutes 5/26/26, Street and Alley Committee minutes 7/23/26, Planning and Zoning minutes 7/23/26, liquor license renewal for Moski's, liquor license for American Legion Post number 528 for Cascade Hometown Days, and July 27, 26 claims. Is there any questions on the consent agenda? If none, I need a motion.
I make a motion.
Motion by Gale,
Second.
second by Hush, roll call.
Weber,
All right.
Hush,
Aye.
Gale,
Aye.
Delaney,
Aye.
Raker.
Number 7, consideration to approve resolution number 64-26, a resolution approving a quote from Kleesner Construction Incorporated for Thomas and DeLong Street drainage for Cascade, Iowa. This was tabled, and I need a motion to untable.
I'll make a motion on table it.
Motion by Gale,
Second.
second by Hush, roll call.
Hush,
Aye.
Gale,
Aye.
Delaney,
Aye.
Raker,
Aye.
Weber.
Aye.
And now, if there's no questions, I need a motion to approve the resolution.
Is this gonna solve the problem?
Do we want to talk about our meeting we had up there, Deanna?
Sure we can.
Just so the public knows what we did. You want me to talk about it?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. So we met with the nappers up there at the site and our engineer, and once everybody got on the same page and looked at the site, this drawing that we had at our last meeting was sufficient that we could just do this much instead of running the curb way down there, so they were happy with us and it should work. So,
Alrighty.
Any other questions? If none, I need a motion.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Raker,
I'll second it.
second by Gale. Roll call.
Gale,
Aye.
Delaney,
Aye.
Raker,
Aye.
Weber,
abstain.
Hush.
Aye.
Number 8, consideration to approve resolution number 67-26, a resolution scheduling public hearing on proposed sale of city-owned real estate. Is there any questions on this? If none, I need a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Weber,
Second.
second by Hush. Roll call.
Delaney,
Aye.
Raker,
Aye.
Weber,
Aye.
Hush,
Aye.
Gale.
Aye.
Number 9, consideration to approve resolution number 66-26, a resolution authorizing the city clerk to transfer funds from the general fund to the police reserve fund for the city of Cascade, Iowa. Is there any questions? This is just a normal transfer?
Yeah, they had extra money in their department at the end of the fiscal year, and I didn't have to amend their budget, so normally what we do is transfer the extra to the reserves, and since they are buying a squad car in this fiscal year, that will help go towards that
Go
purchase.
towards that. I need a motion.
Well, I just have a quick question. Fred, is that due to less wages, or what was the situation for?
Yeah, we didn't use the part-time as much as we thought we were going to. And then we had a period of time, kind of a short period of time, where we basically kind of fell into that trap the last fiscal year. Brad had left and we got Tyler hired, so
Okay.
there was a little bit of wage difference there, so.
Okay.
Thank you. I need a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Gale,
Second.
second by Weber. Roll call.
Raker,
Aye.
Weber,
Aye.
Hush,
Aye.
Gale,
Aye.
Delaney.
Aye.
Number 10, consideration to approve resolution number 73-26, a resolution proposing conveyance of real property.
So you guys all got maps and my memo, and Mike is here to talk about it too.
Hello, guys. Everybody know where we're talking about?
Yes.
Oh, it's on the map, yeah, it's right there. So I have Pat Street running right through my lot, and neither one of those lots are any good unless I get rid of the Pat Street. So I have someone looking at it, you know, just looking at it, and they say they might want to come to Cascade, so I need to get it ready so I can sell it. So any questions?
No, and all the utilities are basically right there, I believe.
So if you drove out there, there's two driveways in that piece of property, the one right across from, well, on Pat Street, and it goes down in, it's a little bit steep. I would maybe move that driveway a little bit and use the lower driveway, the one more across from Dave McLaughlin's, down on the corner.
Right here.
Yep, that one's pretty much at grade, and it goes out at a little bit of an angle, so it's, goes right with the traffic. Seems like a better fit to me. But actually, I'm just here to see if I can get the street closed.
So these utilities, isn't there another sewer line running up that ditch? Laundromat?
On the other side of the ditch.
Yeah, which isn't in our plans here.
But then it runs up and connects to this, so it comes like this.
Yeah, it runs up that grass
But
strip.
it doesn't have anything to do with that area, Pat Street, that we're talking about.
Yeah, it's on the other side of the
Right.
ditch, and I don't own that property, so.
Right. But as far as utilities getting to them other lots, like where Terry's is.
So that was just for closing, there won't be any building on it, is that,
Well, eventually, there will be a building on it, if I can sell it to this person that's interested. The building would probably start up next to Terry's and run parallel with the ditch down 200 feet, so it would go across that easement.
so that's when the purchase of it would be? That's when it would be purchased?
Well, I'd like to purchase it now so that when somebody comes to buy it, I don't have to wait a month or two to.
So it's more than a closing? It's a purchase, you're asking for to purchase?
Purchase it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, vacate and purchase, since he owns both
Sides.
lots on
Both
either
sides.
sides, because
Understand
normally
that.
we split it down the middle, but he owns both parcels, so.
Okay. I think it's just listed as closing, I believe. Resolution is just talks about closing it.
The resolution right now that you're presented is just to hold the public hearing about doing it.
Okay.
Is there any other questions? If none, I need a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Raker,
I'll second.
second by Delaney, roll call.
Weber,
Aye.
Hush,
Aye.
Keel,
Aye.
Delaney,
Aye.
Raker.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks.
Number 11, consideration to approve resolution number 70-26, a resolution establishing an advisory committee to prepare a data center ordinance. And we went through that with John. Is there any questions? If none, I need a
Well,
motion.
I do wonder if we shouldn't be including the whole planning and zoning board.
The whole,
I think so too, instead of just
Yeah.
doing two.
Yeah.
just
that's fine.
the whole body.
Or if they don't want to. And then there's some other people that, that was suggested, people that have understanding and knowledge of like HVAC, cooling, closed-loop systems. Maybe the fire chief should be involved, and if there's, how do we fight a fire at a data center? I don't know. And then maybe somebody from the Macocata Valley Board or someone that's looking to be on it. There's different people we can invite. You just don't want too large of a group, but you do want enough that brings different
Different views.
different expertise.
So is your vision for this to have this group and then that group work up to the planning and ordinance board, or are you talking about having them all on one, having all those people around the table trying to figure this out?
They'd
In
make
my vision when I
recommend-
read this, I just saw two separate entities. The group that's on this proposal here to communicate, provide a bunch of information up to the planning board. Is that,
That's kind of how I saw it, but it's whatever you guys want.
my only concern about having a big group like that is I think you could get bogged down a little bit.
Right, yeah, that's my
As
fear
long
as
as
well.
there's communication both ways and working together, it might, I don't know, it'd be a concern of mine if you put them all together.
And then I think once we get a first draft, because it's gonna take some time to work through this all, then I think we have an open house and invite the public, all the members of your group, and make sure that we've covered everything. Are we answering all their questions?
That nothing's missed.
Yeah, so it's not gonna be something that's gonna happen overnight. It's gonna be, a few months.
So like tomorrow night's meeting, we could get some things on
On
paper.
paper.
Mhm.
Questions
Yeah.
that need to be answered.
That will be a good place to start, is whatever comes out of that meeting. And then, I know we've been collecting other ordinances from other cities that they've already put ordinances in place. Look at what they're doing, look at what their questions are. And it's not like we gotta start from scratch, but we need to then go through and make sure that the ordinance we do put together answers all the questions. We check every box.
What is the process for the selection of all these people?
Well, we can put together a list, and then maybe at the next meeting formally approve that list.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. That's okay with everybody?
Yeah. Any other questions?
I would like to see that, typically you get kind of a majority opinion. I'd also like to see any kind of dissents.
There, yep,
Sure.
What you just said about, I had communicated with Deanna because she spoke at the zoning board and said that she was looking at 2 from city council, 2 from zoning, 2 from our group, and
2 from economic development.
yes, okay. So then I sent Deanna a message and I said, having spoken to our group, kind of, just talking to people, we had put together a list. We had one person who is completely no, not in my backyard, anti-AI. I suggested him. We have one person that is 100%, it should come to Cascade, this would be the best opportunity for us. I put his name forward. We have one gentleman that has worked in AI and in that industry. He's completely middle of the road. He believes it could be a great fit if done properly with ordinances and with planning and due diligence, but he also has seen the downside of AI. So we have those, like I said, I told Deanna I do not want this to be skewed as, oh, that's just the concerned citizens. No, we want people from the entire community. We suggested the chief of the fire. We also talked to another volunteer firefighter who raised concerns that the city of Cascade firefighters may not have the right level of training for this type of electrical fire or for hazard mitigation. So those 2 names were put forward. So we are trying to get it so that it's a committee of a little bit of everything. Bring your best ideas, bring your best vision, bring your concerns, your questions, and like Raker was saying, work together, put it to paper, and then come to zoning, come to city council meetings, and say, here's what people are asking, here's what their concerns are, here's what our, what we've looked into, what we've seen from other communities, what we found by doing some investigative research over the internet. That's kind of how I visioned it. I think Deanna and I are kind of on the same page through communication. So just to let you know that it's not going to be 100% pro or against.
thank you. Any other questions? If none, I need a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Gale,
Second.
second by Weber. Roll call?
Weber,
Aye.
Hush,
Aye.
Gale,
Aye.
Delaney,
Aye.
Raker.
Aye.
Number 12, consideration to approve resolution number 71-26, a resolution imposing a temporary moratorium on second water meters, and this would be termed irrigation meters.
So we received information from the DNR that our ordinances might not be up to speed on what second water meters would require. So after talking with Marty, and he's trying to get a little more information, we just feel it's in the best interest of everyone that we put a temporary moratorium on these until we can get all the information and then update our ordinances concerning this. And it's basically so that we prevent cross-contamination risks and, because we don't want something to happen. And so it's gonna change what the process. We're gonna have an annual city inspection. It'll also require an annual testing by a certified tester each year. But it's all for the betterment of the community.
Protection of the water.
But I talked to Kevin today, gave me all this information.
Yep, I have that same thing.
You do?
Mhm.
And, yeah, I mean, we do have a code, we follow the state of Iowa code.
Mhm.
So it can be, they still can be hooked up the same way we're doing it. He says that
Kevin is,
Kevin Kramer. He's a tester. He's not with the DNR, but it is, as long as you follow the UPC code,
Right,
That is correct.
but that's not been happening. That's the problem.
so we don't have, because we don't have a plumbing inspector. But every plumber should be licensed who puts these
Yeah,
in.
they should, exactly. But they haven't all been following that. But we wanna put whatever we need to put from that into our city code, so then we
But-
it's right in there.
Correct.
Yeah.
But they should be following the state code,
Yeah.
which every
Yep.
town needs to follow. So we just need to adopt, because we don't have a code. So can we just adopt the UPC code?
I mean, we could, but we can also just update our code.
Okay.
You could just mirror it with the state code.
Well, I mean,
So-
we could do that, but otherwise we could
Okay,
just
so-
update
Yeah,
the
a question on
second
that
meter.
thought process. So the DNR is coming out with new stipulations?
No,
Are-
they're not new.
They're not new, same stipulations they had before?
They're just stuff that in the past,
Has to be enforced.
yeah, basically it's got to be enforced. Plumbers need to know exactly what they're doing, and it was like the city dropped the ball years ago. We didn't update our code at that time. The plumbers, I don't know if they don't all follow what they're supposed to follow either, but we need it to be black and white, that this is what you need to do, not a version of that, but this is what you need to do. We need to have the annual inspection, we need to have the certified testing.
Which all of that is in the state code then?
Correct.
I believe so, yes.
Right. I just wanted to make sure that there wasn't something we were missing versus what the DNR is saying versus like, they want to.
No, the DNR is, we follow the
Very cool.
Uniform Plumbing Code, which is what Mark's referring to.
But we also, what I learned today, that, so, there's, even in our sewer backflow preventers, you can go over and above, you just can't go less than.
Mhm,
Right.
So what happened with that one, that's wrong. It needed to go in,
mhm.
is what it was supposed to, and that guy wouldn't put it in. Well, he's wrong, but you can do better, you just can't do less.
Right.
So it's just basically for backfeeding into
Right.
our system. If the main went down, that's the only way
Right.
it can do it.
And then we turn it back on, and all of a sudden it
Yeah.
beats.
And it's in your water system.
Mhm.
Right.
And like the way Kevin said, it's like if puddle water's in you fertilize your grass, puddle water sitting by your sprinkler, the main goes down, it sucks it back in. You go to the
And it
faucet,
gets-
fill it.
This prevents it from
You
getting
know,
out
you
into the
fill in your
system.
baby's bottle, could get
Yeah.
in the,
Right. Right.
Yeah, so we're just trying to
Just-
make
we're-
sure, and I don't know if it covered in there because Marty doesn't even know. He's trying to get information, if it's just the irrigation meters, or if it's house meters that we need to put this other backflow preventer.
There's another thing, yeah.
So
do
we just
need
want to
look at
read
it.
through that and then update our code.
Make sure it's
I mean, we
good.
can include, and we can also include in our ordinance, refer
Yeah,
to the state code
to the-
and make
yeah,
sure all the plumbers are
UPC.
following that.
They should be following this already, but
Hopefully.
of course, we can rescind the moratorium if.
At any time.
In 1
Yeah.
month, once we get the correct
We just need
organization.
even 2 weeks,
adopt it.
I
whatever.
mean, I could have it maybe ready for the next meeting as
Right.
long as Marty gets the other information, but,
We just need to make sure whatever ones are going in now to get done
right,
correctly, and then,
yeah.
yeah, it's annually testing. If something goes wrong with it.
Thank you. Need a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Delaney,
Second.
second by Hush, roll call.
Hush,
Aye.
Gale,
Aye.
Delaney,
Aye.
Riker,
Aye.
Weber.
All right,
Number 13, consideration to approve resolution number 68-26, a resolution authorizing execution of a quitclaim deed and compensation payment for 206 Grant Street Southwest.
I would like to have these two things tabled, this one and the next one, because I'm in communication again with the owner. That's,
Okay.
yep.
I would need a
We'll make
motion,
a motion to table
motion by Gail.
We want to make it for both.
for both.
For
Can we
both,
do
yep.
both?
Yep, you can do
Save some-
both.
Yeah.
Does that
Both
hold up the
ordinances.
project at all?
No,
It's just,
no, the project is being delayed because they're waiting on material.
I'm just wondering about the,
I make a motion to.
motion by Gail,
Motion to table.
Second.
second by Weber, roll call.
Sorry, Gail,
Aye.
Delaney,
I think it was Mark.
No, it was me.
I thought the second was Mark or something.
I second it, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, you're calling. Hi.
it's Monday.
I missed that.
Weber,
Aye.
Hush.
Aye.
Number 15, consideration to approve resolution number 72-26, a resolution approving an economic development loan in the amount of $50,000 to Fidelity Bank and Trust on behalf of TMB Properties LLC.
So if you guys are okay with this after looking at the paperwork and knowing what he's done and he plans to do a little more, if you approve this, then I will put together a development loan, a promissory note, mortgage, which is the process once we do this, and establish all that for you guys to approve at an upcoming meeting.
Just a heads up, at our economic development meeting, Derek with Jones County was there, and he was highlighting Anamosa, and their programs are much more restricted. Only certain type of contractors can work in do those jobs. There's architects involved, et cetera. And I just made the point that I think our facade agreements, agreements like this here are much better. I think Nick Hockenberry was there with Greater Dubuque. He agreed that it's a lot less restrictive as new works, and we still getting a lot of jobs done, and also by utilizing the Catalyst program. I think we've received $500,000 Catalyst grants so far, so I think we're doing a fairly decent job compared to some very expensive work in other communities, so.
Thank you. I need a motion.
Is this, if I remember right, we did some similar for this for Sherrills?
We did one for the Corner Tap Room and Happy Joe project, and then we did one for Cheryl's Flower Garden.
Okay. Thank you.
I'll make a motion to approve 72-26.
Motion by Hush,
Second.
second by Delaney, roll call.
Gail,
Aye.
Delaney,
Hi.
Riker,
Aye.
Weber,
Aye.
Hush.
Aye.
Number 16, consideration to approve ordinance number 3-26, an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinance of the City of Cascade, Iowa by amending Title 6 Physical Environment, Chapter 5 Utilities, Billing Charges, Section 8 Water Rates of Service, and this is the first reading of 3.
So if you remember having Northland Securities review our water, basically the sewer code, our sewer rates. And in the process of doing that, we also looked at the water rates. And right now, our water fund is doing well, and we only need to do 1% increase at this time for this fiscal year. So that's, but then next year, it could be 3%. It just depends on where we're at the end of the fiscal year, like this time after I review the fiscal year.
What the reserve.
Yeah.
Is it possible to collect 3% and put the 2% into a specified reserve? Because, I mean, Public Works has told us, Phil's told us that upcoming, there's gonna be some things with water that's gonna be very
we can do that.
expensive. I'd almost prefer to see at least some type of reserve built up if we don't need it. That would be specifically for
Sure.
Updates.
projects, because, I mean, next year we could end up with a
Yeah, we're gonna do that
10%
down the
increase,
line.
and we're gonna be sitting there wishing we would have
Yep.
maintained our 3%.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can raise it 3%, and then, like I can Anything over the 1%, like I can look at it monthly, and then whatever that extra would be, we can put that away to the reserves every month.
I mean, a real specific
Yep.
ca-
Yeah, we
capital
can-
improvement
Yeah, we
type
can,
reserve.
I know we have a water improvement, but if, we can always title it something else and make sure it's for like water improvement projects.
In 5 or 7 years, we might enjoy having
Yeah,
some decent surplus.
we can retitle it, it's simple in the new software.
And I'm sure that at some point there will be another thing with water that we'll have to deal with, so, I mean,
So we-
That probably isn't far
none of
off.
that is cheap.
Nope.
We still have a lot of ductile iron pipes in the ground that we need to get rid of.
I need a motion.
I'll make motion.
Motion by Weber.
The motion is,
So, do you want the
2,
motion to
3.
be instead of a 1%, a 3%?
Yep,
Yeah.
Okay.
keep it the same.
Motion by Weber to that effect, second by Hush. Roll call.
Delaney,
Aye.
Ritker,
Aye.
Weber,
Aye.
Hush,
aye.
Gale.
Aye.
Number 17, consideration to approve ordinance number 4-26, an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinance of the City of Cascade, Iowa by amending Title 6, Physical Environment, Chapter 5, Utilities, Billing Charges, Section 11, Rate of Sewer, Rent, and Manner of Payment, and this is the first reading.
Okay, so from their review, they determined that this year we do need to do a 3%, and also we should transfer like 50,000 from our sewer reserves. And then in fiscal year '28, we would do a 3.5% increase plus a $25,000 transfer from our reserves, and then after that, we would be on a normal 3% increase. So basically, you're approving the first reading with a 3%, but additionally, you'll be approving that kind of a 3-year plan. Because SRF, we need to let SRF know that we're okay with that.
Does that mean, basically that we're just not charging enough? I mean, it just, we're falling behind.
Yeah, or we've had extra expenses in sewer that we weren't planning, or, I don't know. Well, I'll take a look at it at the end of like this fiscal year, and then, but according to this, we still need to do a 3.5, but maybe we won't have to if we don't have that many expenses. It's just getting the SRF, it's a requirement every 5 years that they review our SRF loan, and, which is reviewing our rates for every 5 years.
I need a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Delaney,
Second,
second by Hush. Roll call.
Ritker,
Aye.
Weber,
Aye.
Hush,
aye.
Gale,
Aye.
Delaney.
Aye.
Reports, Fred?
I see Deanna has it on hers about National Night Out, but I was just gonna kind of give a reminder that it'll be at Riverview Park week from tomorrow night, 6 PM to 8 PM. So hopefully weather holds out, everything's good, knock on wood, we'll go from there. The other thing I kind of wanted to give a little heads up, we have Hometown Days coming up in just a few weeks. So want to remind everybody that when we have the parade, we like to have people off, like no parking on First Avenue, and then we can close it down and do whatever. So we'll be putting up some signs probably a week ahead of time. I'll be going up and down the street, putting reminders, letting some of the apartment people know that we would appreciate if they would open that up for us, and we don't have to tow any cars, would be great. Okay.
Thank
Anything
you.
for me? Great, thank you.
Okay, the parking lot at the community park has started. We're kind of just waiting until River City Paving is in the area to do their part. Like Fred said, Crime Night Out is next Tuesday, and reminder, you guys pass out the hot dogs that night. We have used some of our millings to construct that parking lot near the pickleball courts in Oak Hill Park, which looks really good. At least it gives some designation on where to park. And then we received some interview applications for the police officer position after reopening it. So we'll be talking about interviewing either the first or second week in August, so.
Good. Anything else?
that's all I have.
If there's nothing else for the betterment of the community, I need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Motion by Hush,
I'll second.
second by Delaney. All